we're going to do a play for you. Playing Nikki is Jack. The mole is Talon. The rabbit is Sophie. The hedgehog is Jacob. The owl is Nate. The badger is Alex Newton. The fox is Oscar. The bear is Daisy. And the tiny meadow mouse is Quinlan. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted mittens made from white wool as white as snow. So he decided to ask his grandmother.
Can you knit me snow white mittens?
Oh, I just do not think I can knit you snow white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, you will never find it.
Please.
Well, I guess I can. Here is your snow white mittens. When you go out to play and you come home, first I'm going to see if you are okay. And then I'm going to see if you have your snow white mittens. She knitted his mittens and he went out to play. It wasn't long until one of his mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was warm and cozy and just the right size. Soon a rabbit came hopping by. She stopped to admire her winter coat. It was then that she saw the mitten, and she asked the mole, and she showed her big kickers, and the mole decided to scoot over and let her in. Next, a hedgehog came scuffling along. Having spent the day under the wet leaves, he saw the mitten and he wanted in. So he asked the mole and the rabbit. He asked the mole and the rabbit.
No. They're not for you.
And he showed them his big prickles. And they decided they would scoot over and let him in. As soon as the hedgehog had disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by all the commotion, swooped down. He decided he wanted in the mitten, so he asked the animals, and they replied,
No, they're not for you.
and he showed his big talon, and they decided to let him in. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten, and he asked the animals, and he showed them his big diggers. Oh, and they decided they would let him in. Soon it started snowing, but all the animals were snug inside the mitten. Soon a sly little fox came trotting by. And he asked the animals, is there rain for me? And he showed them his shiny teeth, and they decided to scoot over and let him in. A great big bear lumbered by. Does the bear have to ask if he can come in? No. The bear just made his way into the mitten. Soon the animals were packed as tightly as could be. The mitten swelled acorn. And she asked the animals, and the animals replied,
No, no, no. We're not looking for you.
but she decided that there would be room enough for her on the bear's nose. So she climbed on top of the bear's nose. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze.
Achoo.
And the force of the sneeze shot the mitten into the sky and scattered the animals everywhere. On his way home, scattered the animals everywhere. On his way home, Nicky saw the white shape in the distance. It was his lost mitten, the silhouette against the blue sky. He ran and he called his mitten. He did not know that grandmother was looking out the window, first to see if he was safe, and second to see. So he came in and he handed her his mittens. She was a little confused about what had happened to his mittens.